let me do this. Our village will be invaded tomorrow.
Part 2 of Cave Girl continues on Friday right here on BBC2.
In just a tick, we'll be chatting to Joe Challenge, who's live in Portugal. But news round up today at 5:25. Here's Elliot. Tell us more.
Coming up on today's programme, the children being used in DVD fraud. Newsround investigates. And Croc Alert, the scary snappers are on the increase. All live with me at 5:25. That's Newsround.
Do you know what? A local delicacy in China is bird's nest soup.
Do you know the coldest temperature ever recorded was in Antarctica, and it was an amazing minus 89.2 degrees centigrade.
See your world differently. Blue Peter, next.
This week, check out who's hot on Top of the Pops Saturday. Dive in with Friday's child, Will Young. Soak up the fresh vibe from Liberty X. Obviously, if you are McFly, just chill. More live music, more guests.
More of everything you want on Top of the Pops Saturday. Saturdays at 11 on CBBC2.
If you're a big McFly fan, then do not, I repeat, do not miss this weekend's Top of the Pops Saturday.
But right now, the moment we've been waiting for all day, it's time to say Boa tarde to Joe in Portugal. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hiya. How are you?
Very well. Now, it looks very exciting where you are, but could you show us exactly where you are, Joe?
Do you want a little tour?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go on.
I'm in the IBC, it's the International Broadcast Centre. This is where everyone broadcasts from. This is the Match of the Day studio, where I've been doing some of my broadcasts for Exchange from. They love me in here. They absolutely... Just kidding, they're just mucking around. Sorry. OK, let's see what else I can show you. Oh, have a look at this. The Executive Office. This is where all the executives are working very hard, making decisions. I think we better move away from there as well. Oh, you like this one. This is the VT. This is where all the footage from all over the country gets sent in. It gets repackaged. These guys work furiously, as you can see, and then send it out to you, which is kind of cool. Exchange has got its own little section here. Here it is. Obviously very... How are you doing, Dave? You all right?
Not actually. I'm really busy, mate.
No one's got any time for me, and I'm giving you the proper tour and everything. But I'll show you this section. This over here is the gallery. Look, we're on air. Let's have a look in the gallery. This is where they tell me what to do, what to say, how to say it. How you doing, guys? You all right? Is everybody happy? Yes. Does everyone want me to leave now?
Yes.
Sorry. So there you go. That's kind of what happens. And then over here, that's me. And that's me watching me, and hold on, I've just got to watch. It's really good. Anyway, so that's what goes on in here. There you go. It's a little tour for you.
Now, Joe, tell us about the press conference today.
I could tell you about the press conference. I found out some information, but if you want to find out that information, then you have to watch Exchange first thing tomorrow morning. How about that?
We definitely will. Thank you, Joe. Have a great time, and give my love to Bex, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll bump
Cheers,
into him.
Joe. Right now, this afternoon, it's time for Blue Peter, and it's the tale of the missing Blue Peter tape.
How are you doing?
In today's show, we explore the past and future of the video recorder.
We do. I'm going to be out in the garden.
Yep, but first to one of London's biggest tourist attractions. It's a massive white whale, which, like most things, can get pretty grubby.
At 135 metres tall, the London Eye is the biggest observation wheel in the world. Every year it turns 8,000 times and can carry up to 800 people at once. From the top of the eye, you get an amazing view of London, St Paul's Cathedral, the Houses of Parliament, and Waterloo Station are just some of the sights. At night, the city shines. I'm on the last capsule ride of the night, but the story doesn't end when the final passenger leaves. The eye never shuts. Every night when the eye is closed to the public, a team of engineers start work to ensure that it carries on turning smoothly. And tonight, I am going to join them. My first job was on the rim of the eye. I was going to help two of the engineers, Brendan and Terry, change a light fitting. And I see it's not working.
No.
Do you see? No light.
Right, so if you want to put the spanner on there, that's
Okay.
it. Put the ring end on.
I won't let her go.
Right, have you got that, Brendan? Yes, mate.
I got it.
That's it, well
I didn't
done.
drop it in the Thames.
Superb. That's it.
So the conked out light bulb that no longer works has been taken off and it's been replaced by this brand spanking new one, which we need to now put in place. That's it. How are you going, Brendan?
All right, nearly done. Just push them together.
Okay, I'm going to connect it up this end. Hey! There are 16 wheels that drive the eye, and my next job was to help Brendan give them a comprehensive checkup. We were looking for even the slightest signs of any wear and tear. This one, yeah?
Yep.
It all seems to be fine. Now, the London Eye was originally only meant to stay for 5 years, but it proved so popular that it's going to stay for at least 25 years. So maintenance work like this is vital to keep it spinning. The London Eye has been operational for 4 years. In 1999, as it was being built, Simon helped to deliver 2 of the 11-ton capsules. And this is one of the capsules that Simon helped to deliver, right?
Yep.
And this is where you do the maintenance work, is
Yep,
it?
certainly is. A lot of people think that we work up in the air, but actually we bring the capsules down and we work on them from the maintenance decks.
Okay, so this is like the garage area.
Yeah, it certainly is.
So what do I need to do now?
If you make your way up the ladder, we'll be greasing the pins this evening.
Greasing the pins, okay. Here we go. The capsule pins help ensure that as the eye rotates, the capsules stay the right way up.
If you'd like to take the grease gun,
Okay.
all right, and insert the end of that on top of that grease nipple.
Yes.
That's it, and then pull that trigger, and that will start pumping the grease through.
Oh yeah, it's all oozing out.
And that should be enough.
Oh, right, what's next, Terry?
Now we're going to venture up to the centre of the wheel, up to the hub.
As the sky lightened and dawn approached, we got ready to ascend to the hub and spindle, the point the whole wheel turns around. This is one of the legs, and inside there's a ladder running right the way up. It's a very long climb. Right, I'm attached. Now this lanyard is connected to this device, which moves up and down a fixed line, and meanwhile I climb this ladder, and that way I can't fall, thank goodness. How many times a week do you do this climb?
Only once a week, but that's enough.
Yeah.
You all right now?
Yeah. So, is there any other way up to the top?
Yes, there is a lift, but we only use that to carry goods and materials up there, really. This way's a lot quicker and a lot better for you.
Right. Each leg weighs 23 tons and is over half the height of Big Ben. Now I'm just under halfway up, but it feels like I've been climbing forever. How many metres is that roughly?
About 50 metres.
And although it's freezing cold, you can tell it's really cold. Because you're climbing, you're exerting a lot of energy, so it's actually quite warm and quite toasty.
Right, Connie, we're almost at the top now, so
Right.
you can have a rest and we'll get out. Just mind your head on this bit of steel here as you come up.
Got my hard hat though. That wasn't as bad as I was expecting at all. It was good. Walk in the park. Ah, daylight! Whoa! Oh my word! But I've still got further to go. Do I go up here now?
We will go up there, but we've got to get you latched on again first.
Okay, that's fine by me.
bit.
Right, just take your time.
The spindle at the centre of the eye is 23 metres in length and was to be the site of our last job.
Well, basically, we're going to grease the main bearings for either end of the spindle using this device like you used before on the capsules. If you just connect it onto them pipes there, and we'll start counting the amount of shots of grease you put in.
Okay, more grease.
More grease.
You're greasy monkeys, aren't you?
We are.
Okay, so I'll climb through, yeah?
Yes.
Right, yo. Ugh.
Take your time.
Is that good?
Yeah, just pull the trigger in and then just start pumping. That's it.
So you tell me when I'm done. Greasy.
Right, that's it.
It's like being at the petrol
Yep.
station. Okay. And that's where I missed. Look at that. Yee, nice.
We'd been working since 8:30 the night before and I was shattered, but the views from the crow's nest of London Awakening gave me a second wind. It's amazing to think of all the work that goes into keeping the eye open when I'm normally getting some shut-eye.
Oh, it's a weird thing. Every night they're up there working on that wheel.
Yeah, they are.
And there's like, it's bizarre because it's so quiet and the city is so dead.
Yeah, I do love the London, I must say.
Yeah, I'm a bit
Now then, the other day I managed to keep my feet firmly on the ground when I met up with our Blue Peter gardener, Chris Collins.
Now, every year we grow sunflowers in our Blue Peter garden, but this year I thought, why not mix the beautiful with the edible? And as well as sunflowers, let's grow some sweet corn. Now, for the past 2 years, we've grown giant sunflowers against that back wall there, but we have some very, very naughty squirrels here. They'd run up the brick wall, run along the edge, and then munch the flowers off the top. Gutting. So this year I thought, right, let's protect them and let's create kind of a sunflower structure and feature right here in this area. Now, I've drawn up a little design here. I'm very pleased with it, I have to say. Look, so we've got the hedge all the way around the outside. The giant sunflowers are there in the middle, smiling away. And then all the way around the outside of there, we've got some sweet corn and a smaller, shorter variety of sunflower around the outside. I'm very pleased. I hope Chris, our gardener, likes it. Chris, how are you doing? And you
Yeah,
come?
good, mate, good.
What do you reckon?
I reckon it's excellent, mate. Yeah, really good. They're all easy to grow plants as well, aren't they?
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
give it a go at home, yeah?
So shall we get
going? Well, there's
Let's
the
go for
fault.
it.
We need to
Super.
till for soil, yeah?
OK, right, I'll do
Right.
this side. And we're going to tilth away all the
So,
way
yeah,
down
just
here.
get that soil nice and crumbly.
Yep.
So the air and the water can pass through it easily. And our plants can get established as quick as possible. That way, the sunflowers going to be nice and tall.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this sweet corn.
Oh, yeah, the sweet corn's a nice twist to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It's grown away. So. Great,
Yeah, so
we're
not-
almost there.
OK.
That was quick tilthing, that
That
wasn't
was rapid tilting.
it? You can take a bit more time with your tilthing than we are here. But we want to get this feature
So we
up
want to
and
get
going,
this done.
don't we? Super, right,
Right.
OK. You happy with that?
That's brilliant, mate, yeah.
Lovely. Right, the next step is for us to mark out the different sections. I'll just have a quick check on the design before we start with that. So, Chris, we've got a smaller circle in the middle and a bigger one all the way around the outside.
So we need to mark it out, don't we? Right.
We
Here
do.
I've used sand. You can also use trowels. You can use string or even white line from an aerosol. But we
Right.
use sand here.
OK.
And we're going to mark the first circle, which is our large sunflowers.
Yep.
Go around like this. The good thing about using sand, that is, if we make a mistake,
Yeah.
we can obviously kick it out and start again.
Yeah.
Which is pretty handy, I reckon.
How's that? Mine's
That's
more of
pretty
an
good.
oval than a circle.
Well, we're going
but-
for a little bit of informal here, aren't
Yeah,
we? So we haven't got the tape measure out.
Great.
So the next one is for the sweet corn.
The sweet corn
Yeah.
and the smaller sunflowers. So right in the middle of these two, yeah?
Yep. So we come round with them.
Do. Up we go.
Then-
All the way around.
And we meet up in the middle.
There we go.
And then we don't really
Super.
need a third line because we've got the box hedge as a natural boundary for our small sunflowers.
Great. Well, I think we're ready for the plants now,
I think we are, Matt.
Yeah, great. I'll get rid of this sand.
I'll give you some sunflowers for the centre of the bed. Now, these
Lovely.
have been grown from seed in our own fair greenhouse.
Oh, look at those.
Produced by us.
They're
They go in the
beauties,
centre
aren't
there.
they?
And I'll do the sweet corn.
Yeah.
Of course, we need something to plant them with.
Get the old trowel out.
Old trowel.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right.
Super. Now, these look great, don't they?
They do
really
indeed.
nice.
They're looking healthy.
Yeah.
And when you're planting them,
Yep.
obviously delicate handling in, give yourself a nice open hole like that. So it's all crumbly. Drop them in. And most importantly, make sure they're firmed.
These are nicely stuck in here, these ones.
I know, yeah.
There we
That's a
go.
good sign, because that means they're well rooted.
Oh, that's good.
And
So-
it gives them a good start.
So we're just going to loosen the roots a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
loosen
give
them off a
chance.
little bit if they're pot bound.
Yeah, there we go.
And once they're all in and we've done it,
yeah,
what we'll do is we'll throw a bit of chicken manure down, which will give them a fertiliser, give them a start. A bit like their bacon and eggs, if you like. And then we'll give them a thoroughly good drink.
I mean, about there, I think. Now, Chris, every year we have a bit of a competition between us, you know, as who's going to get the tallest sunflower.
Yeah.
So, seeing as you're the new Blue Peter gardener, you can have first dibs on which sunflower you want. So,
so I need to...
Any of these that I'm planting or any in that tin, you can have one.
Right, OK.
Yeah.
So, where's the labels?
They're in my pocket. Just going to stick them on.
Okay.
There we go, look.
Lovely.
There's you. Chris.
Thank you, mate, lovely.
Stick it in.
So,
Which one is
It's
it?
got to be shorter one, because I reckon that will come through.
Lovely. Well, I'm going to have this one that I've planted right at the front because it's really nice and sunny straight
Let's
away.
go.
Simon can have that one. Liz, stick in there. They're going to look great. Well, you might think they're looking a little bit floppy. Well, they are. And I've got some stakes here in my back pocket, which I'm just going to stick in beside them, put a little bit of twine around them, and that should make them nice and secure. Chris, would you like some steak with your sweet corn?
Sweet corn. Well, they're going to be really thirsty after we put them in, so later we're going to give them a really good drink to set them on their way.
Perfect. Connie.
It gets better, doesn't it? Steak, sweet corn and a good drink.
Doesn't it just? It's that time of year,
And a
Connie.
place
There's your
name.
sign for
Right.
your sunflower. Which one are you going to choose?
Oh, Chris, help me. Which one is
Well, I
going to
reckon
do good?
that the smaller, stouter ones are a better bet when you first put them in, so I reckon
Really?
that looks quite good to me.
Ooh, and you reckon it will overtake the others, huh? Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
May the best sunflower win. Now then, if you are growing a giant sunflower at home, or anything giant for that matter, why not take a photo of it and send it in to us at this address: Blue Peter Giants, PO Box 19, London W12 6BP. That's Blue Peter Giants, PO Box 19, London W12 6BP. And there are green Blue Peter badges on offer, plus prizes for the best giants. So good luck with that. Now, if you missed that address, but you've recorded the show, you could always rewind the tape and have another look.
Nowadays, if you really want to watch something on the telly, then there's no real problem. You can just stick a tape in and off you go. But you can end up, just like Meg and myself, surrounded by stacks of bulky, dusty tapes, never quite sure what you've recorded on them, or quite frankly, where anything is. And of course, the picture and the sound quality of tapes is never as good as it is on live TV. But it won't be long before tapes like these are a thing of the past. Look at this.
You're absolutely right. If you've got around £200 to spare, then you can ditch those dodgy old VHSs and settle down to enjoy a system like this one. Now, it is really simple to use. You just need your remote control to find the programme that you want to watch and record, or programmes. Let's go and find Blue Peter. And then you need to highlight it, and it will record it for you. Now, your only limitation is the hard drive. It does have a hard drive which works just like your computer, but at the moment this one has only got 20 hours worth of recording in it. But the best thing about it is the quality and the sound is perfect. But if you do want to keep anything that you have already recorded, then you can do so by downloading it onto a cassette or a recordable DVD.
All in all, recording from the telly has come a very long way from the days of this, which I'm just going to turn on for you now. Has it come on? It has indeed. Lovely. It's one of the first video recorders designed for home use. This used, as you can see, an open reel system, and the results weren't really very good, especially by today's standards. As you can see, when Blue Peter put the brand new gizmo to the test way back in October 1966.
There we go.
Oh, isn't that splendid?
Great, isn't it?
Well, my name's Valerie Singleton, and I appear on a programme called Blue Peter.
By the early 1970s, colour recording had come in, and here's one of the machines on offer. Now, each tape could only record 60 minutes, and as well as the expensive machine, the tapes cost a lot too.
By 1973, they were still a novelty, as you can tell from this Blue Peter moment when presenter Peter Purvis was showing viewers a deluxe new bus for travelling businessmen. Now, just listen to the way he pronounces video.
On this side of the bus here, there is a colour television set, and next to that, there is a videotape recorder.
video. Now, it wasn't until the late 1970s that companies began to seriously market video recorders, and here is an advert. Now, a battle soon developed between two rival systems, the Betamax, which looked like this, and the VHS. Now, there are no prizes for guessing which system won, although the picture and sound quality of the Betamax was actually better. Of course, videotapes were nothing new for TV companies. They first came into use in the late 1950s. They were called quads, or 2 inches, and they were huge and very heavy. Oh, I think I'll just pop that down. Now, they cost a fortune too, so they were used quite sparingly and often reused. Now, you can see one reason why on this clip from an early TV show. It has a crackly, scratched-looking quality. Now, this is because it was much cheaper to record programmes onto film.
And if you're thinking that most old TV programmes still exist, then think again, because over the years, literally thousands of irreplaceable television treasures were junked or destroyed. Now, this was largely because people just didn't imagine a day when old TV programmes might fill whole channels or be issued on tapes and discs.
Now, Blue Peter is actually luckier than most. Most of our films and tapes exist from around the mid-1960s onwards, but there is nothing left of the first 5 years of the programme.
In recent years, the BBC has spent millions of pounds carefully transferring the now priceless tapes that survived the mass junkings of the 1960s and 70s. Good news.
Good news, but unfortunately, accidents do happen. Now, recently, we decided to look at an old Blue Peter from December 1980, which, according to our records, should exist in the BBC's videotape library on one of these, a 1-inch master tape.
But then it was discovered that disaster had struck. The tape had been mixed up with some others and accidentally destroyed, which meant it was lost forever.
Oh. But we then did some more investigating, which turned into a bit of a treasure hunt. First of all, although the master tape had gone for good, a black and white film recording of the programme did still exist. Now, these were made so that instead of calling up a big, bulky tape and booking expensive viewing time, Blue Peter could simply order up the film copy to play back on a machine like this.
In those days, all of our outdoor reports were shot on colour film, and the library found that as well as the black and white film recording of the missing episode, it still had the colour film that had been played into it. How good is that?
That is good, but the final link in the chain was this. It's a VHS recording which had been made for the Blue Peter office direct from the colour master tape a few years before it was accidentally destroyed. Now, with all of these elements, the BBC's top librarian suggested a restoration using the very latest techniques. BBC Television Centre in London has miles of corridors and lots of rooms devoted to recording, transferring and editing videotapes. In fact, it's like a labyrinth in here and all too easy to get lost. The BBC archive has over 2.3 million items of television material and is one of the largest collections in the world. I went to Edit Suite 11, where one of the BBC's most skilled technicians, Jonathan Wood, was already hard at work restoring Blue Peter episode 1620 from the 4th of December 1980. Now, how are we going to sort this out?
Well, we've got to take the black and white film and the colour VHS and combine them in a way to produce a broadcast colour version to go back into the archives. So if we go over there, we've got some devices to help us do that. The main problem is there's a difference in size and shape of the image between the black and white film and the colour VHS version.
Oh, that makes my eyes go funny.
The easiest way to align the two images, the colour source and the black and white film, is to turn the colour VHS into black and white as well, but make it a negative, like a negative photograph. Then overlay the two. So if you look at that now, that's way out. So if you want to have a go with that, just see if you can line up that top right corner. Two images aligning, that's it, you're getting closer there. That's it, all back to the left slightly.
Oh.
That's it, that's very good. Now you've got those two images aligned perfectly, we can put the colour back in and then it all lines up.
Brilliant. But that wasn't all. We had to use another piece of equipment for the next part of the restoration process.
Okay, what we have here is the opening titles of this programme, which came off this roll of 16mm film. And here is just 10 frames of 16mm film. So you can imagine on there, if there's any speck of dust or dirt on that, by the time it's blown up to a TV-sized image, there's going to be a big mark on the screen. So what we can do is use this device to get rid of those. If you want to just take that control there and see if we can find a mark.
Oh yeah, there's one.
Yeah, up there.
Oh.
Keep going.
Oh, there's one.
There's yeah, one little...
There's loads.
There is. If you just jog onto that one on the ship that's down there. Right. Now, if you want to grab hold of that pen and put it down on the pad, and you'll see a little cursor appear.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Now, if you move over there and literally draw over that blemish.
So I just colour it in?
Yes.
That's great.
That's right.
It's gone.
And we can compare with what we had before, and now it's gone.
So you have to do that for every single frame?
I'm afraid so, and there's quite a few. In fact, in a 25-minute programme, we have been able to remove about 3,000 marks.
So how long will it take to restore the whole programme?
At an estimate, I'd say probably about a couple of days. So I'd better get on with it.
Well, that was a few days ago. Let's have a look now at what Jonathan has managed to achieve, and we'll give you a comparison of before and after.
What an incredible job.
He did good, didn't he?
Didn't he just? Brilliant. And this, the newly restored master tape of what nearly was a missing bit of Blue Peter history, will be put safely back in our video tape library straight after the show.
And hopefully it'll still be there for many years to come.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today's show, but make sure you don't miss Monday's programme.
It's our last live show in this series, and we'll be making a big announcement when we tell you where we're going for this year's summer expedition.
Oh, it's very exciting, and you can see my report on the golden line tamarin monkeys of Brazil. Eat a taster. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Getting something now. Whoa, that was a good job.
Nice one, guys. Let's hope they don't lose that episode again. Newsround's on the way.
And don't forget, Laura will be coming live from Portugal, so make sure you stay right here.
It is not your friend. It is your sworn enemy. So, hate that ball. Hate that ball. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Don't hate me. Hate the ball. Hate it. Hate it. Oh.
Learn your skills from a real master. Top football tips from David Beckham. Beckham's Hot Shots comes to see BBC2 weekday mornings at 7:10.
Beck's looking gorgeous as always there, but not as gorgeous as our very own Andrew.
Ah, thank you, Sylvia. I'll get you a little something on the way home. Right now this afternoon, it's Newsround with our Ellie.
This is Newsround. Welcome to the programme. Our top stories this afternoon. The children being used to sell fake DVDs, Newsround investigates. Plus, Australia's croc alert. The scary snappers are on the rise. Hello there. First up, a special Newsround investigation has discovered that children are being used to sell dodgy DVDs. We found out that adults are using kids because they think young people are less likely to be caught. Lizo has the story.
At this market in Glasgow, kids as young as 10 are out every weekend selling pirate DVDs. These pictures were taken using a secret camera. We're not allowed to show the children's faces.
What's quality like?
Yeah,
Yeah?
Here every week.
Where do they come from?
These kids are breaking